So when we told you it was going to get really bad for digital journalists this year, we weren't kidding. And what's going on now is that the bill has come due for a lot of these websites that have been living on venture capital for a very long time in advertising revenue. And the advertising revenue is drying up because Google decided they weren't going to send a lot of traffic out to people's websites. And honestly, the general public got tired of only one voice coming from so many of these websites. And now Vox is being disassembled and sold for parts, and is going to the owner of Rolling Stone. So I'm sure they're going to be fair and balanced.
Oh, great. Rolling Stone. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And look, just to keep track, more than 8 months ago, more than 1,200 video game journalists lost their jobs. And that was last year. That was before the, what do they call it? The Google Zero event, which is zero traffic going to websites now organically because of AI search. So it's going to get a lot worse, right? And I don't know how this ends. I think it's going to end with just a handful of outlets having a couple of brands. I think they'll probably wind up consolidating a lot of this stuff because there are too many damn websites. Nobody's going to them, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think you're just going to see like one company and a bunch, like an umbrella company and a bunch of different sites under them because they're hoping that if each one does so much, it generates enough to keep them in business.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, this has been going on in video game journalism, especially like all these video game websites started out as individual fan sites, and then these companies would come in, buy them all. It's the same thing happened with Valnet, like all the Screen Rants and Game Rants and comic book resources. They were all nerd sites founded by individuals, and then eventually everything just kind of consolidated. Now we're going to see even more consolidation as the ad money runs out. And there's going to be a lot of screeching, I'm sure, from journalists who thought that they were going to work for these companies forever. And
I think a lot of journalists actually just got out too.
Yeah,
and they probably went and did other things. If that one that you showed a minute ago, it said that 1,200 people were gone. That was 2 years ago. They said they left. Some of them left.
Yeah.
So I think some people on their own were like, "This isn't going to work. So let's get out of here." And if you were smart enough to do that, you're probably someplace else and set by now. But other people, it's going to get a lot worse. Well, I was going to say it's going to get a lot worse though, because the more people that are coming into end stage, you said digital journalism.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people who didn't get out while the getting's good. And now there's going to be an influx of people in a time when jobs aren't as easy to find as they were a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
if you should have listened to us then.
You should listen. We try to help people. I know we're a little snarky. Yeah, I know we're a little loud and we're a little abrasive.
I don't think it's snarky if you give me reason to.
But we've been right.
Abrasive and loud?
I said we.
Yeah.
That means me. But Look, I was thinking about this today with the Hollywood thing. Like, people were giving us so much shit when we said that the strikes were going to bite Hollywood in the ass. And here we are a couple of years later, and there's so many people out of work in Hollywood right now.
And those are writers too.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And then we said the animation situation was going to implode.
Yep.
Got so much crap for that. Like, I mean, dedicated channels about pissing on us and going after people who said we were right. And look, lo and behold, it happened just like we said it would.
Yeah.
And we told you guys about the media. We did tell you. And some people who own websites and who have done websites for years and years and years. Your job originally was to build websites and stuff. Yep. So you know what to look for. About. Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. After you witness the collapse of multiple industries over the course of a relatively long lifetime, you start to look for patterns. And these people that screech about this stuff are young and naive, and they don't understand. At the end of the day, business is business, and if it doesn't make money, eventually, it's going to get gone. Mm-hmm. That's the way it works. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do. Woo! If you'd like more Clownfish TV, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV.
For more screeching and annoyance.
There you go. You can pay us good money for that, too. You can go out to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Get the audio version of Clownfish TV. You don't have to watch us because really we just bob up and down for 20 minutes and, whatever. Anyway, this is coming from Deadline. PMC acquires remaining Vox Media brands, sets PMX subsidiary to house combined publishing titles. They bought a whole bunch. So Vox Media is basically done. I think Rupert Murdoch's son bought part of it. He bought the video part. but
Okay.
they sold all the other websites, and they had a lot of websites. Like, you don't need this many websites, right? But they probably picked them up. It's just like the video game industry right now. They're shutting down all these studios. Like Microsoft is shutting all these studios down, but you kept picking these different studios up as you went along, and you don't need all of them.
Well,
But
Penske, aren't they like they usually do their? It's kind of like another ValNet situation where
Yes.
they're just trying to get as many sites as they can so they can
Yep.
get advertisers locked in to not go through Google and just pay them directly and spread it across their library of titles kind of
their library of titles. Well, yeah, that's a polite way of saying their portfolio of poop.
Yeah.
We'll run down and show you. You want to know why all these media outlets sound like they're in lockstep? They own so many media outlets, and they probably share editors and opinions and interests. So they're gonna toe the line, right? Slack channel, yeah. They all coordinate on Slack. So this is coming from Deadline. Penske has acquired Vox Media's brands of Vox Studios, Eater, The Verge, SB Nation, Pop Sugar, The Dodo, Punch, Thrillist, Vox Creative, Concert, Vox's ad marketplace.
There's the ad market right there.
Yep, and Forte, Vox Media's first-party data platform. In conjunction with the transaction, PMC has created a new subsidiary, PMX, not to be confused with PMS.
Well, it depends on the website.
It will combine the newly acquired brands and PMC's existing publishing portfolio, which, okay, get a load of all the outlets they own. These are all owned by the same people, guys. So if you think there's a diversity of thought in these publications, you're sorely mistaken. Deadline, Billboard, Variety, Rolling Stone, WWD, The Hollywood Reporter, Rob Report, Art Forum, Sportico, She Media, Stylecaster, Art News, FN, IndieWire, Vibe, Billboard Music Charts, and Beauty Inc. And then they're getting all the Vox Media stuff too. So they're going to own like freaking 30, 40 different websites.
It's insane. I mean, again, they're just doing it because they're all like, since Google shit the bed and stopped sending traffic, they're all like, barely hanging on. I guarantee it. And now they're just going to try to take as many of them together. Their idea of survival is, if we put all these together, maybe it'll make a big enough ball that we can, keep going.
Yeah, I think, well, they're already saying they're going to combine things. They said the brands within PMX will remain independent, though similarly themed titles such as SB Nation and Sportico, as well as She Media and Pop Sugar, will be aligned, sharing functions.
Well, that makes sense because Pop Sugar is a lot bigger than I never heard of the other one.
I've never heard of She Media.
She Media, and that's what they're going to do. Is they're going to take probably Pop Sugar, which is the big one, and probably take some of those people, roll it in because similar content, and then they'll just use that opportunity to lay people off, and then just be writing for both now. That's probably what they're going to do. But they're trying to get enough. It's not enough for one site. It used to be enough to keep you going. Now it's not. So you need like 20 sites just to make what you would have made on one site.
And even then, like, they think that they're going to merge to survive. They're basically buying themselves time because look what happened with BuzzFeed. Like, BuzzFeed and the Huffington Post combined, and they both just kind of failed together like Sears and Kmart. It's like you're just delaying the inevitable. What they're hoping.
Yeah, that's what they do is like Sears and Kmart too. It's like they're going to go bankrupt. So try to, make yourself bigger so you seem like a better bet to people with money.
Do you want to be a broke ass bankruptcy buddy with me?
Yeah, basically.
We're gonna go bankrupt together. It's gonna be like
Back Mountain. Sorry.
Thelma and Louise. I was thinking they're like both driving off the cliff together. Except we're gonna watch it to its natural conclusion. Just watch a car just like explode. What if they did a sequel to Thelma and Louise?
I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of women who would like to watch the Brokeback Mountain to the natural conclusion as well.
I don't get that.
I wouldn't either. And they're mostly straight women. So whatever.
I don't know. Well, they read the dirty manga, so it's probably the same kind of a thing. I don't know. Anyway, this is just end stage, guys. We're gonna see a lot of this. We're gonna
this is gonna happen.
There's not going to be much left I would say within the next 2 to 5 years. I think like all these titles are getting gobbled up. They're going to fold into each other. It's kind of like what happened with comic book journalism. There was no market for it. So it got bought up by, the one, was it Newsarama got bought up by a video game site, and they just kind of folded it in as the comic book tab. And that's what will happen here. They did that with Gizmodo. They were huge. or Gawker. I'm sorry, it was Gawker, and they had all these websites, and then they've just kind of folded what was left after Gawker got sued and knocked out of business. They tried to bring it back, didn't work. Then they folded them all into Gizmodo. So they used to have like 10 different sites, and they're like, "Now this is just a sports tab. This is a comic book tab."
It's like you have a pie, and the pie is shrinking. Now, before your piece of pie was pretty good size. Now you have just like a sliver of pie. So what these companies are hoping is they have enough slivers of pie together, they can have a big enough piece to make it, big enough whipped cream. So I think what's going on is they're basically trying to accumulate as many crumbs as possible to try to make like one bigger piece, so that people will be interested in that bigger piece because they're not interested in the crumbs.
Yeah, and that's what this is about. Eventually, because they know there's no future, they want to sell this to somebody else. I don't know who they're going to sell it to.
Yeah, we'll make it bigger. We'll boost it. We'll make it look like it's boosted up, like it has better numbers to offload it. At this point in time, is anybody going to buy websites? Because I just don't think there are a couple factors that might come into play that people might want to buy a website for that aren't because of the traffic.
It's usually the social media, the social media associated with it.
Yeah, or things associated with it that are, more, relevant and worth money. But the sites themselves are pretty much toast.
They're cooked. Yeah, you're not going to be able to. I mean, you used to be able to buy and sell like these nerd sites. They have millions and millions of dollars, and now nobody cares. Like, you're lucky if you get $5,000. That's it. If you're lucky, that's mostly for the domain name. So, are we gonna wrap it up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.